Hello, 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 Gemini. Welcome, welcome. I just got done doing another reading for Aquarius. So if you know anybody with the Aquarius, it is done for the week of the 23rd through the 29th. Oh my gosh, we're already at the end of the month. So for those of you that are brand new, my name is Patti. I am going to do intuitive tarot. This may resonate with you or not. This is a general reading. So if it does resonate, there may be several parts that may not, but some parts may, because intuitive tarot and divine energy, it is all the energies that come in. It may be, and sometimes when some people come in and watch, especially live, it's like, oop, hey, we got a message for them. So it all just depends on who comes in. So, and if it's divine or one of our ancestors or something like that. So, hopefully this is for you. And I will be giving my first oracle out as a divine message to you. It might be something you're struggling with, you're trying to ask divine for. Definitely want to make sure that you listen to divine, not the cards, because that's the message. The reader is the one that has the gift to really listen and pay attention to what the cards are saying. So it is all about that connection and relationship with divine. That all the messages come through. So let's get started. This is for the 23rd through the 29th. I cannot believe we're at the end of August already. Crazy, 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 crazy. So let's see what is going on here for the Geminis. Divine, if you can share with me any messages, any knowledge, any wisdom that you would like me to share with them, so that it may honor you and glorify you and not me. May the wisdom be from you and not me. I pray this in your name. Amen. All right. Here we go, guys. I love that. I love that. This would be the bard in my other deck, in this deck, actually. I think it's in this deck. So we have the Divines card out. And for those that are brand new, I do do astrology and numerology. I do mix all the energies. I pay attention to divine energies first. However, the planets are made from divine. So, I mean, it's energies. Everything is energy, matter, kind of a thing. So I look at all the aspects and the elements, just so you know. So you hear me talk about astrology and numerology as well. So we're going to get started with that. Oh, and before I get started, while I'm shuffling, please know that if you look in the description below, you will see some new videos. So this weekend, I went and got refueled with all different kinds of energies, from the water to the trees to actually just having some old silly fun. And the other part that was really fun was I'm a brand new editor in this kind of digital stuff. I used to do cable TV and do editing for that, but that's very different, the big tapes and all that kind of stuff. So very different. So it was a lot of fun, and that's where the chuckles come in, because you'll hear me say, dang it, a lot. It's just a lot of fun. Go laugh and have some giggles. Don't be afraid to learn something new. That's the whole message and point. Laugh at yourself while you're learning something new. That's positive energies. All right. Anyway, there's other videos down below with that too. Definitely for you to watch. Jupiter and Saturn, that is definitely coming in. If you're watching this between the 17th and the 20th, go see Jupiter and Saturn. Step outside at night and look for those. And that tells you how to do it. All right. So here we go. We've got our 3 cards out. Our divine card is the number 8. It is the 8s are really popular. Everybody must be growing right now. Again, you have 2 energies. As I tell people and new people, usually the divines card and your future card. This is your this is going to be your current energy or your recent energy card. But these 2 cards, so I look to the future card with astrology. Astrology, again, remember, it's energy. So they usually a lot of the times they come up with the same numbers. They're both number 8s, which means it has to do with your progress or reward. So you might be getting both or learning something, and that is going to bring a big reward for you. But the divine's message to you, I don't know what you're going through, but it says the storyteller, and it is the number 8. And if you are a storyteller, there's always a process to telling a story, right? And that is something that you either have innate and that's your gift, or you learn how to write a story. You have to write chapter after chapter. You have to put things in order and blah, 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 blah. I don't know about fiction because I don't have that creative mind. Somebody is very blessed to have those creative minds. So, the storyteller, do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents and a story unique to you and your experience. In fact, your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. If there's anything in your life you want to change, then it's time to adjust your story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you are too self um, deprecating or apologetic about how you shine, minimizing your power so others will accept you. Perhaps, sorry, I'm getting some downloads. Perhaps the way you voice your expectations diminish your ability to succeed, or you are too willing to tolerate less than supportive environment. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behavior towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize that story, you're telling others how to treat you and can tell from the different one. I was just talking about this in Aquarius. It must have to do with your signs because I was just talking about Aquarius to this because we are telling people about ourselves when we really don't realize it. That's why when you go on a date or you go on, especially if you're dating and you're new to dating, you don't tell everything. You don't tell everything on the first couple of dates. You don't. Because then you teach them how to respond and they can actually play a game with you. So you don't tell them everything. You let them begin to figure things out. If you expose everything too quickly, then it can actually be a little bit more detrimental and heartfelt and heartbreak kind of a thing. So it's sort of a dance on what to tell, when to tell, and how to tell it. Okay. But the other thing too is how and what we tell ourselves definitely comes across. So if you're going to, as we say, as so comes in, so comes out. So what I put in my brain will actually come out. If I'm a negative nanny comes out. I'm going to get negative. It's teaching people what you are, and they'll treat you. If you have low self-esteem, low that kind of stuff, you're teaching people you're insecure and not confident. So we'll get into that more if we need to, but that's what divine is talking about. Your current energy, your most current energy, this is a transformation process because somebody is in prayer. However, it's the number 5 and it's sort of new and sort of challenging, uncomfortable, out of the box, definitely. And the reason why, if you look, she's working on herself. She's trying to find herself. She's got some light at her heart chakra there. If you look right there, you can see some real light. She's working on her heart. But if you look at her face, she's got a butterfly. Butterflies signal transition, transformation, something going through. And that's usually not a comfortable phase. It's like going outside of the box and you're a little nervous, that kind of a thing. And then we have again the number 8 and listening. So is that you need to be listening, or maybe have more active listening, or somebody else needs to, or is it something that we have to get each other's perspective? Let's find out. There could be a lot of things in here. Definitely listening is a challenge for a lot of people. Even when they say that they're listening, they're actually only hearing. There's a difference between hearing and a difference between listening. So a lot of the times we definitely are hearing but not listening. Active listening takes more energy. And what that means is putting down your phone, putting down your iPads, putting down everything, and literally looking at that person and being 100% present. It's very hard to do that. That's why driving can be a lot of fun with somebody, because if they're not on their phone and they're looking around, you can actually have 100% conversations with them, because they are actively listening. Oh, I don't want to do that. I turned that upside down. But actively listening. All right. All right. So let's get your spread here. And don't forget, if you've already gotten this far, please like my videos. If you're listening further, I appreciate it. It helps the channel. They actually pay attention to the likes on the channel. So if you continue to watch and you don't like, please subscribe. Although likes actually, being honest, likes mean a lot more to YouTube than the subscribes do. So, all right. This is interesting. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Very interesting. Oh. Okay, so it looks like we have two people. Of course, you're going to have two people, especially if you're telling a story. Somebody's got to listen to the story, and this is how it's going. But for this person, it's uncomfortable because in our current energy is that we have a prayer. Now, this is somebody, sort of like when somebody prays, oh, I'm looking for a husband. Please bring me my husband. Please bring me my husband. Or manifest a husband. You can't really manifest a husband. If you manifest a husband, then basically you might be manifesting the wrong person. You have to ask divine, allow divine to present them to you. That is when you know it is the right thing. However, we have two energies coming together. Excuse me. Two energies coming together. Now, these are like-minded energies. This doesn't mean although it looks like it's unified, they're not getting married yet. They're not doing all that kind of stuff, but they are thinking together. Maybe they've got the same kind of goals, the same kind of figure they want to do with their future, that kind of a thing. Or maybe that they just come connected and they're really good best friends that, hey, they've got a lot of common interests, that kind of thing. I don't feel like this is a marriage as of yet. So we'll get more clarification as we go. There is definitely somebody, though, one of these partners is definitely about talking about a lot of stuff that has happened to them and that things that might have gone wrong in the past. This also may be a delayed message to the other person. Hey, I just want to share. I need to vent. I need to do this kind of stuff with you. And that might be okay. But this person is going through something that maybe is just about completed. Okay, so they're almost at the tail end of it. However, it looks like there's something that they might have gone through with maybe trust. Okay, because with this card is a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, a lot of agony. But on the other two sides of this card is the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. So when I see that, I look at that and I say, okay, what's going on here? Your center card is the King of Swords of this spread. So that means that the truth has to be told. And I think that somebody's just basically venting or needing something to share their story. And I think this is the divine saying, remember, whatever you put out, you're going to get back. If you put out complaining, you're going to get people like, oh, here we go again. We've got this person complaining all the time. Oh, gosh, I got to hear it. Hey, got to go. So it becomes tiresome when you do that same thing over and over again. So paying attention. Do you do that? If that's not you, do you know somebody who does that? Because it gets sort of old. It's the same old story over and over again. The thing is, this might be you. The king might be you, the truth. Maybe just sharing in love that, hey, you know what? You talk about this all the time. I understand. Like if somebody breaks up and they're like just freshly broke up or something of that nature, or just lost their job or just lost somebody they love. Yes, they need to go through that grief process, and that grief process needs to happen. However, when you hang on to it and you're there for time after time after time after time, and a year, 2 years later, they're talking about the same thing. This is where this person, whoever this is, if that's you or that's somebody coming towards you, needs to share in love that, you know what, this needs to be something that you either act on or you not talk about it so much because it's keeping you stuck. Okay, this energy is keeping you stuck. stuck. And this is the storyteller. This I would rather have somebody tell me the truth and be kind about telling me the truth that something's wrong than to keep going and living it, because I can't learn if I don't know what is wrong. I can't learn if I keep doing something over and over again. That's more destructive to myself than constructive. So this person is of love and caring, but it is all about sharing the truth. I don't know who that is, but that definitely it's a delayed message, and maybe it's going to come here shortly, because this is something that is unstable. This is your current energies. I don't know who that is for, but somebody is depressed. They're thinking about something way too much. They're putting it, their thought process. They're overwhelmed with the thought process because they're not releasing and letting the divine. Now we got the full moon coming. We got so many energies in Aquarius coming. It's unbelievable. But the thing is, the full moon is the 22nd, so the 19th, 21st. I would actually even say almost the 17th today through tomorrow. These energies are going to be building because we got Jupiter so close to the Earth. Well, millions of miles, but still, it's still closest that it'll ever be. And then we got the full moon coming in. We also have other energies there that are going to be happening. But this is somebody who's just really focused in too much on the problems and not just seeing the solution or seeing the lesson. Thank you. They're not seeing the lesson and thanking. Now, the Aquarians were very much about gratitude and thankfulness, but that's the same thing. Somebody's really curious. There is another page here. This page is definitely bringing another message. Very curious. This person who wants to bring the message to this other person is just really not quite sure how they want to go about doing it. Okay, because it's a very touchy subject matter. I don't know who that's for, but it's very touchy, and you just like not sure how to share that with them. But it is definitely something that the page has been thinking about, trying to think of more creative ideas and ways to share that. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That means that somebody's definitely trying to do everything on their own in a more immature mind, not more of an authoritative mind. We want to reverse this Queen of Pentacles because it is about your future. It is about your career, your path, and how you're going to go. And it will affect your job. Okay, so this will all affect your job. All right. So what is it that you're hanging on to? What is it as far as this is something that I think this is something, this storytelling, it could be something that you're hanging on to that you're not sharing about, and that you're holding on to it. However, even if you're holding on to it and you're not sharing it, a divine already knows it, and it's keeping you stuck because you're thinking about it all the time. You're putting it way out too much in the front, and it's affecting you because it's the number 4. Number 4 is about a stability. You're not stable when you're frustrated, you're not paying attention. And when you're frustrated, you're depressed, you got high anxiety, that kind of a thing, you can't even listen. You can only hear. So listening is actively saying, okay, well, here's the solution to this. And you hear wah, 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 wah. And the other person saying, this is how you get over this. This is how you do this. This is how you make things happen and keep moving forward. And you're hearing wah, 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 wah. Now, if you were listening, you would be hearing, okay, I really am sorry you're going through this, but let's try to think more forward moving. And then your ears taking that in. Okay. All right. Because this is definitely going to affect your future. So my rabbit must be doing something. I can hear my daughter yelling at him. He's been we had him neutered, and he's just now a bad little bunny. Used to be a good little bunny, but if you don't neuter rabbits or spay rabbits, they can get cancer. A lot more than if you don't, and their life is shorter if you don't. So if you have rabbits, that's how you know that. Magician, manifest. again, what we say, the way we are, this is what comes in. It's not what we, it's basically how we manifest, or we manifest things is because of what we are, and how we are is how we allow people to treat us. If we're going to be a doormat, people will definitely treat us like a doormat. If we're going to be promiscuous, used to be there when I was in my old earthly ways. And especially if you watch that very last series on sexual abuse, I tell and talk about that because I was in a completely low vibrational mindset. But if you're promiscuous and you're giving that off, you're going to lay down on the first date, 2 dates, whatever, then, you know, hey buddy, you know what, I went out with her a couple of dates, and yeah, she laid down for me, yeah, oh yeah, hey buddy, you know, this is in high school, junior high, or not, God forbid, junior high school, college, that kind of a thing. It's called a reputation kind of a thing that we get. And that's what we get is a reputation when we're younger. And then we get a legacy as we're older. What do we don't want to leave? How do we want people to think of us? Think of that. Definitely think of that. This is the hard thing. What do we want to be thought of? How do you, if you think of it, I did this because it's a hard fact. I'm going to die one day. But the thing is, how do I want people to be remember me by? I really don't care if they remember me, but how do I want the ones that want to remember me? How do they remember me by? If I was going to stay like I was in my low vibration, they would have thought of me, oh, she lies, oh, she cheats, oh, she, you know, cuts corners, oh, she's very self-absorbing, that kind of a thing, and very manipulative, because I could sell you an iceberg in Alaska. But the thing is, that person is gone. And the reason why that person is gone, because she's from a broken foundation that she didn't know how to grow out of. Okay, and I did. So now people, hopefully, they see me in a much more high integrity, more high values, and I'm very, very spiritual because I allowed all my gifts to come out. So we manifest that. All right. All right. Let me see what else Divine has going here. Definitely. Oh. So we have definitely a learning lesson and the devil. So we have the Three of Pentacles and the devil. So beside that, we have manifestation, Three of Pentacles and the devil. Then we have, again, for the second time, somebody's trying to figure out a creative way to tell somebody that, hey, you know what? Your life is going to sort of spiral down, even though you want it to spiral up, because somebody is trying to be honest with somebody. However, they care for that person and they don't know how to tell them. So this is sort of a really difficult situation because the one person is very bound to maybe lower self-esteem, lower values, and they don't realize that, or they have a lot of insecurities. They don't see that, but that's what they're portraying, and everybody else can see it, even if they can't see it. But somebody close by that really, really cares is really trying to share the truth so that she or he can grow. Okay. And this is your current energy, your unstableness, and you're praying to get out of that. This is about your heart chakra here. Oops, wrong down. Heart chakra. And this is about really paying attention and listening to whoever this person is. Now, this person of low self-esteem and values may be somebody in your very close circle, or you might be coming into them here in the next week. And I don't think it could be somebody at work, but we have the Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't think it is somebody at work, but it could be. For somebody, it could be. I don't know who that is. Oops, sorry, I grabbed hold of them wrong. So oh wow, I got ink on my. All right, so let's see what else Divine has to say in here. And if you are on and you want to say hello and tell me where you're from, I would love to see who is all out there. I love sharing and talking to my viewers. I would love that. Don't forget, you can also make comments on any of the videos, like the one down below. Hopefully you know how to refuel. I shared also some information about Oregon a little bit, the places I went on my weekend. On that one that I have the funny face on, because oh my gosh, I looked at it. My daughter's like, "You're not going to put that up, are you?" I said, "Hey, I'm learning something new, and it's okay. We make mistakes, and you should be able to laugh at yourself. It's okay as we learn something new." All right. All right. So let's see, Divine, and anyone on the other side, if you have any message for anybody that is watching in the Geminis. Ace of Cups. There is an offering. This is love. This is definitely love in this whole thing, because to share something with somebody that maybe they're low self-esteem, try to lifting them up. It's a delicate matter, but it is definitely an offering. You have 3 offerings of something coming, sharing information. This could be of love. This could be of, and it could come through. I hate when people do text because it can be so misconstrued. But if you're going to share information, please, if this is somebody that has low self-esteem or low values, low morals, whatever, they're just down in the dumps, don't text them about it. Call them, talk to them, meet them in person, because their head needs to be in the active listening, really. It needs to be active listening. And you can't do that through a text, because we all get all over the place with that. It's like you get distracted and then you can't even hear. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody's feeling like they are being left out. Definitely. Somebody's got some low self-esteem. So this is a time for somebody who is in the circle to step up and care enough to share that, hey, you know what? You need to really maybe get some coaching or something that, or, listen to some good inspirational speakers on YouTube, that kind of a thing, because they're really feeling left out, or they're feeling like they're going to be left behind. And this is definitely their time to learn. That's the offering right now. Definitely. Because we start out with this 2 of cups, 2 of hearts. I'm thinking of the deck. And that's what it is. It is the 2 of hearts in a normal deck. But the thing is, we're starting out with something that is very good, very pulling together, but the number 2 can either pull it together or separate it. Somebody's being separated, and it's because of somebody just is stuck in the past. Boy, my ears are burning. They're stuck and they just can't they can't see it though. They can't see it. And somebody has to point it out to them. Hey, do you realize that you complain all the time? No, I don't. And then you have to be able to give them specifics. The way to actually help somebody is, if you're going to say something like, hey, you complain, or, you live in the past too much, or anything like that, have some specifics, because they're going to ask, well, what do you mean? And if you show them some specifics, then actually they can see that you're actually telling the truth. And they can start working on themselves and break this dag-burn devil. Devil is about being bound, or being, it can also mean that they're so obsessed about the past. They're so obsessed about somebody. They're so obsessed about something that they can't release it, that's all they got to think about. And that is not healthy. Do you realize that when you obsess about something, that becomes your idol? That becomes your, I must have had a floaty in my eye because I saw something move. That becomes your idol. And trust me, Divine wants no idols but him. And then when we put something else in front of him, we block all our blessings and our progress. And we got lots of number 8s here. 8s and 9s, something coming to completion. Definitely some newness. We got some 8s, 3s, definitely. All right. All right, now for you guys that are in love or single, trying to be in love, I'm going to go to love and relationships, which I'm not, which is fine. You know what? I am so content where I'm at. It's fine. All right. So we have the cosmos, and the cosmos is about creativity and vastness, and it's also the number 5. So the number 5 being that something might be just brand new. So there might be a friendship growing into a relationship. There might be just some friends friends and hey, you're creative. Let's go do some new things. Let's go do some new, get some new ideas and stuff. Yeah. This is definitely about the number 5, though. And then we also have New Moon in Virgo, which is the time to give rather than to take. So when you're creative with your partner or whoever that you're growing with, friends, maybe you're just best friends like these two here. I think these two are just best friends. Um, and you can pretty much share and do everything together. You know what? We want to be able to give more than we take. So that's the part of love, that's part of divine. Because if we learn somebody's perspective about something or everything that we can, it's never possible to know everything about a person. But for me, when I have a new friend or a new relationship or something, I want to learn everything about that person because then I can turn around and be able to give and fill them up. And hopefully they'll do the same for me. And so then that way I can be filled up, they can be filled up, and we both are filled up. And it's not you complete me. It's just they're complete as a whole person. I'm complete as a whole person. But I just want to make them happier. They're already happy. If they're not happy, that's their issue. However, I just want to make them happier. They can't make me happy, but they can make me happier. Does that make sense? So imagine this as an entree and an entree for a dinner, and then you have dessert in the middle. So you bring these two to share dessert, making it a better way of life or a better happiness kind of a thing. All right. Whew. Wow. I think the last thing I'm just going to share is the big points out of this reading is knowing that the way that you project yourself, that others perceive that is the way that you are going to manifest. So if you are going to be a loving person, caring person, and you project that, then love is going to come back to you. If you are just a goofy person, funny person, people are going to want to be around you because they want to get that back or they want to give that as well. Sometimes you can joke around too much and not know when to stop. I have a friend that way, and he's not talking to me right now, but that's just, that's something he has to work on. And the thing is that's how you perceive. The other thing is to listen, listen, listen. I don't know who that's for. This is active listening. Being 100% present in whoever's company you are. Put the phones down, put the iPads down, and be present. Look in their face, look in their eyes. Especially if somebody's going through something, they need to be heard and listened to. Not just heard, because that means you're not 100% present. So whatever that is, this is definitely a learning lesson to break away some chains, to release some chains, because in the very center of your reading is the truth. All right. So that is your reading today, guys. Geminis, don't forget full moon reading on the 20th, and also Jupiter and Saturn. Go in the watch and you can see them actually. If you just look up and look to the left for one, look to the right, you're going to know which ones to look for. One you're going to see a lot clearer, the other one you're not. So you're going to have to go to the video and see that. But please, please like, if you've watched this far, please like my channel or subscribe or share. And then if you subscribe, hit the bell, you'll know when I'm on for the full moon, because I don't know what time I'm going to be on yet. But I will definitely let you guys know soon. Actually, probably by the end of the day today. So subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know. All right. Take care, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope something resonated. And please walk in absolute truth and love. Bye now.